Hey, sports porchers! It's your hockey Jesus, and I'm back with Game 2 analysis of the Stanley Cup Finals, in which the Edmonton Oilers are now tied with the Florida Panthers, thanks to some heroics from a Brad Marchand. Hey, you may be asking, who is this hockey Jesus? That's me. I'm the hockey Jesus, self-avowed, given that name by my buds on the sports porch. You might have saw the logo there on the front. Thanks for clicking on this. I hope you've been watching these Stanley Cup playoffs. If you're not and you're just jumping in because the play has just been so exciting, you want to learn a little bit, you have come to the right place. Now, I know I'm wearing a Pittsburgh Penguins jersey. I know that may sound a little weird to some hockey fans out there, but I promise you, I will give you fair analysis of every game, just like I do after every single Penguins game during the regular season. But this is not about the Penguins. This is about the Florida Panthers and the Edmonton Oilers. Thank you, thank you, thank you for just bringing us some great hockey. I'm telling you, that first period last night was some of the best hockey I have seen since Mario Lemieux was on the ice in his heyday in the early 90s. That stuff that McDavid did with a puck on that power play, just absolutely incredible. You may never see that again. I mean, it's just such a joy to watch. And thanks for stopping by. Let's talk a little bit about the game. That first period had absolutely everything. A 3-2 end of the first period lead by Edmonton. And they had to been feeling pretty good after Sam Bennett gets on the board at first. Boy, that first period just had everything. I mean, Florida scores a power play. Edmonton scores a power play. Sam Bennett's jumping on the goalie again. What is going on? It's just mass chaos. But you know what? I think that first period kind of woke up Florida in some ways, but Edmonton. Here's the thing that I got for the rest of the game. It was Bob looked great. Skinner looked okay, good enough. Florida came back, having that lead 4-4, having that lead 4-3 late in the game. You got to pull the goalie, and Corey Perry's just there to pick up that garbage to tie it up. I don't know what there were like 30 seconds left. No, there were 17 seconds left. 17 seconds left in the game, which means they basically only had a chance to maybe shoot the puck maybe one more, two more times. I know Gretzky was talking about in the analysis that, he doesn't like players icing the puck. I kind of agree with Gretz there. I think that you're much better off just trying to make a play off the boards because you never know what can happen. You might get a dumb bounce, but it's a different philosophy. But the reality is, Corey Perry, the old guy, shout out the old guys everywhere, gets the goal, gets the free candy, and then we go to overtime. First overtime, just a lot of good opportunities, more for Edmonton, to be honest with you. But Bob held steady. He really looked good. So did Skinner. I mean, he made some 10 bell saves also, but it came down to that lucky bounce. Draisaitl shoots it, misses everything, and bounces too far. Bouchard couldn't handle it. It got past him, just like what happened on that shorthanded goal by Marchand. And you know what? The game was over. And I'm actually, I have to tell you, I'm rooting for Edmonton. I'm finding myself rooting for Edmonton in these games, but I'm just happy that now we're seeing a best of 5 series and not going to be less than that, not going to be a sweep. I'm just pleased about that. But here's what I've got going on for you. I want to give you the positives and the negatives moving forward. Here are the Florida positives. They keep getting defensive scoring. Good for them. Bob's better than steady, a 913 save percentage and a 2.72 goals against in this last game. That's going to take them very far. And the other thing that I think Florida has positives too, if you look at the whole series, the whole entire Stanley Cup playoffs, Florida had a problem winning games where they had to score more than 3 goals. And they've scored 5 goals now. They beat a team 5-4 for the first time. That's a really good sign for Florida. And that is despite their negatives. And their negatives is Barkov and Reinhart. Together for the series, they're a -7 and no points. I think I think you'll see Paul Maurice make some changes. You know, for those of you who don't know the game of hockey, the game now shifts back to Florida, and Florida will get the change last, which means they'll get the matchups that they want. So maybe Barkov's playing against somebody right now who's just not a good matchup against them. Maybe he's having to play against that McDavid line. Probably is what's happening. I think you'll probably see that switch up, and I think you'll see Barkov make a difference if those changes are positive. That doesn't always work that way. Sometimes you don't get the change. The icings kind of make the line changes different, but I think that's going to help Barkov moving forward. So I'm taking the positive approach for Florida. Here are the concerns for Edmonton. They look great when they can hit. And in that first period, they had 15 hits. They only had a total of 39 for the whole game, and their hits just kept coming down. 7 in the second period, 5 in the third. They picked it up a little bit in the overtime periods. They did end up getting a total of 9 hits in both overtime periods. I'm just concerned that all that hitting is just not their style, and it's starting to take a toll on them, and they're doing less and less of it. That would be a concern because I think Edmonton, believe it or not, I think the physical game has really helped them get into the game quicker. And I think they might have. That's a concern for me if I'm an Edmonton fan looking at that. Clearly, Skinner's been okay, but last game, 881 save percentage, 3.49 goals against. That is not going to work. He's going to have to be better. Do you go to the well? Do you bring in the backup goalie? Maybe, maybe if they lose again, but probably not until then. Edmonton, those are the negatives. And, I guess maybe Bouchard a little bit. He did get burnt twice at the both on the power play and on that last goal by Marchand. Just couldn't play the puck at the blue zone. I know the one before that really wasn't his fault. Nugent Hopkins gave it away, but he's got to be careful and be able to get back on that. And I know on the power play that if you look at that power play goal and the shorthanded goal, McDavid was kind of floating around the other end, didn't see Marchand break until the last moment. Probably was hoping that Nugent Hopkins was going to get him the puck and he'd have a glorious scoring opportunity. But it went the other way. They got the shorty, and Bouchard kind of got exposed a little bit there. Hey, Bouchard's playing great. I'm not bashing the guy. He's got he's got a lot of points. I think he's averaging 3 points a game in the Stanley Cup Finals. That's tremendous. But he's going to have to watch the blue line maybe a little bit more if they want to fix that a little bit of a problem. Edmonton's positives. Hey, their penalty kill got a lot better. I think they've done some things to help that. It'll be interesting to see when they get to Florida if they can do a better job still at keeping Florida's power play from scoring very much. Florida's power play's not been very good throughout the series, so I don't think that's going to be too much of a problem. So, people of hockey, we've got another game coming up. Unfortunately, we have to wait till Monday night, which is kind of good for me because I'll be on the show with my sports buds at 7:30. We'll be doing a little sports porch, mostly about Pittsburgh stuff. But if you want to stop by, I'm definitely going to have some hockey. And if you happen to be a golf fan, we're going to have a great guest on Monday night. So stop by the porch at 7:30 and check that out. Two more things I have before I go. One, don't you just love the guy who sings the national anthems? What's his name? Where is he? Robert Clark. That's right. Robert Clark stands in the stands. People surrounded by him. They sing "Oh Canada." I just love that. I think I don't know if that's a new tradition or if it's just something he does occasionally. I love it. I say continue to do it. And lastly, the NHL. Please listen to the Hockey Jesus right now. I need your attention. NHL, you have to mic up the players. We got to know what they're saying in these scrums. We have to know what they're telling each other. You have to come up with an ability to be able to stream these games and give us the chance to pay for it. I'll pay for it. I don't care. I'll pay for it. I got to know what they're saying to each other on the ice. It's got to be great. Sometimes you see the guys smiling. Sometimes it looks like they want to kill each other. I would love to hear that. If we could have like maybe 2 or 3 guys mic'd up, That would just be so much fun. You could watch the game, listen to these guys when they're on the ice. Oh my goodness. That, I'm telling you, that's a moneymaker. That's a free one for you, NHL. And I know the Players Association actually has an agreement in place with since 2005 where, players can't get in trouble for what they say on the ice. So I say take advantage of that, make more millions, bring more people into the game. I would love it. I know you would love it. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Game 2 is in the books. We got a best of 5 ahead of us. Monday night, we're moving the game into the Florida Panthers down at Sunrise. I'll be there. I won't be at the game. I wish I could be, but I will be watching. I hope you are. And if you're not, stop back. I'll give you the analysis the way I see it. Until then, don't forget to smash that subscribe button if you like what you hear. And I will catch you in the next one.